Hold on a second. Let me tell you exactly what's going through your head right now. It's the middle of the month. The paycheck came in, and somehow there's nothing left. But why? If that sounds familiar, this video is made for you, because I was in that exact same spot. The day my first paycheck hit my account, on one hand, I felt free. Like, all right, I've made it. But on the other hand, there were these quiet questions spinning in my head. Should I pay rent, save something, or just treat myself? I mean, I worked hard for this, right? And you know what the strangest part is? We sat in classrooms for years. We went to college. We entered the workforce. But not once did anyone sit us down and say, hey, here's how you manage your money. All we ever heard was, work, earn, spend. Okay, but how do we spend wisely? How do we save? How do we actually invest? Those questions always just floated away. They taught us equations we'll never use, but when it came to the math of money, everyone went quiet. Sound familiar? Then you're not alone. And honestly, I don't think they were holding out on us. I think they just didn't know either. So today, I'm going to fill that gap with you. No get rich from the stock market overnight nonsense. No crazy tactics. Just 7 simple, practical, no confusion financial rules. Easy enough for anyone to use. I'm keeping it straightforward. But I'm telling you right now, if someone had told me these rules in my 20s, I'd be in a very different place today. All right, let's get into it. It's just $10 a day. What's the big deal? That right there is where the swamp begins, my friend. Those tiny little amounts, when they stack up by the end of the year, turn into a number that'll shock you. It's called the 300 rule, and it says every small daily expense comes back to hit you 300 times harder by year's end. Quick math. $10 a day. That's roughly $3,000 a year. Now, someone's going to say, actually, it's $3,650. Yes, technically. But we're talking about impact here, not the exact number. Here's the real gut punch. Push that daily $10 to $50, and suddenly you're looking at $15,000 a year. And if you ask where that money went, nobody remembers. The morning coffee, the you only live once burger run, the oh this is cheap, throw it in the cart moment at the grocery store. Financial freedom doesn't start with earning more. It starts with plugging the small leaks. No matter how big your boat is, a tiny hole will sink it just like the Titanic. The real game is learning to hold yourself back. Most of us invest, sure, but ask yourself honestly, when is my money actually going to become something real? Honestly, I don't know. Never really thought about it. I hear that a lot, and that's exactly where the problem starts. You're working, but you're stuck in an endless loop and you don't even realize it, waiting for some random opportunity to fall in your lap and make you rich. This is where the rule of 72 changes everything. The formula is stupid simple. Divide 72 by your annual return rate. That tells you how many years it takes for your money to double. Annual return of 8%? 72 divided by 8 equals 9 years. Annual return of 12%? 72 divided by 12 equals 6 years. Come on, really? That's it? Yes, that's it. But if you're not doing this math, both your money and your time are slipping away. You wait years and then say, wait, that's all I got? Because there's no plan, no timeline. You don't know if time is working for you or against you. The rule of 72 tells you exactly. Wait this many years, your money grows this much. Everything else is just noise. Imagine driving without GPS. We'll figure it out, you say. End of the month, you look around, you're stranded. Sometimes you don't even make it to the end of the month. How is this money gone again? That feeling has a reason. The 50-30-20 rule is here to fix that. It's simple. 50% of your income goes to needs, rent, bills, transportation. 30% goes to wants, eating out, movies, the fun little things. 20% goes to your future, savings, paying off debt, investing. The beauty of this rule, it automatically puts you in line. Most people who say, "I can't make ends meet," don't actually have an income problem. They have a tracking problem. Apply this rule. Once you see what you can actually do with your money, you'll say, "Wait, I could have been doing this the whole time." This isn't just budgeting. This is the foundation of financial discipline. And a warning. Don't ever dip into that 50% for fun. Telling yourself, "I'll pay that bill next month," is a trap. Because next month you won't pay it either. And when it finally catches up with you, you'll pay 2 or 3 times the original amount. Your phone breaks. You lose your job. A medical bill shows up out of nowhere. And then it hits you. I've been hanging by a thread this whole time. There's only one way to turn that thread into a rope: an emergency fund. Simple rule. Money you set aside, you never touch it. Keep at least 3 to 6 months of expenses sitting somewhere safe: rent, groceries, bills. Even if no income comes in, you can survive for a few months. Don't say, "That's a luxury." This isn't a luxury. This is a survival strategy. And I already hear you. Can I even do this on my salary? Yes, you can. If you think your credit card is your safety net, it's not. That's not a safety net. That's another swap. The beautiful thing about this fund isn't just protection. It frees your decisions. You want to quit your job? You won't panic thinking, "What now?" You want to try something new? You won't freeze up. You stop being the one who gets chosen and start being the one who chooses. Your emergency fund is the plan B you write for your own life. And people without a plan B pay a serious price when plan A falls apart. Buying a car used to be simple. Now prices are through the roof, interest rates are wild. One wrong move and you're paying off installments for years. The 20/4/10 rule says, put down at least 20% upfront. Keep the loan under 4 years. Monthly payments should never exceed 10% of your income. Even with inflation, "I'll be fine later, let me suffer now," is the worst thing you can do to yourself. Apply this rule as closely as you can. If you need a little wiggle room, don't let payments exceed 15 to 20% of your income. A car should carry you. The moment you start carrying the car, something's wrong. Housing is a basic need. But an uncontrolled rent payment quietly takes over your entire budget. The 3x rule draws a clear line. Your monthly rent should never exceed 1/3 of your income, earning $5,000 a month. Your rent should be around $1,650 or less, and I'm speaking from experience here. Years ago, my salary was $1,800 a month, and my rent was $1,000. It destroyed me. 3 years of misery. You start with just a slightly nicer place and slowly stretch the budget. That small stretch kills your savings and wipes out your ability to invest. When you're killing yourself to pay rent, you cut back on everything: travel, health, education, everything. And let's be real, most of us use our apartments like a hotel anyway. Leave in the morning, come back at night. Your home should make you happy, not become a burden on your back. What did I even spend money on? It's gone again. Most of us can't control our spending because we don't even know what's a real need and what's just become a habit. The reverse cash flow test is simple. Write down every regular expense you have each month. Then, honestly, ask yourself for each one. If I stopped this expense for 1 month, would my life fall apart? If the answer is no, not really, that's not a need. That's an invisible luxury habit. And those invisible luxuries are exactly why you can't save money or think about investing. Once you run this test, you'll clearly see where your money's going. And you won't wonder, what should I cut? The answer will already be right there in front of you. Start small. That gym membership you haven't used in a month. That streaming service you binge-watched once and forgot about. Cancel them. Watch the difference. 7 rules. All simple. Whether you're 17 or 70, anyone can use these. But here's what I need you to hear. Knowing isn't enough. This starts with behavior, and building that behavior takes time and patience. If you're sitting there today saying, "I'm starting right now," I only ask one thing from you. Send this to someone you care about, because if someone had told you these 7 rules earlier, how different would things look right now? Now you be that person for someone else. leave a like. Drop a comment. Which of these 7 rules is missing from your life right now? Or what would you add to this list? Remember, sometimes the answer you've been looking for is hiding inside a video someone else is watching. I love you guys. See you in the next one.